Hi. So you want to know certain tips and techniques to land in the dream job that you always wanted, right? Well, I have 20 plus years of experience of industry at senior positions, and I've also worked as HR. So I know certain things that an interviewer or the employer would want. And based on that, I have certain secrets to share with you. So if you want to know the tips and techniques, then stay tuned with me till the end of this video. Hi, I am Lucky Daftwar. I'm an author, trainer, and I have 20 plus years of industry experience. I have been able to grab certain dream jobs for myself. I have been able to even grab some dream assignments, consulting assignments in my career, and I have used certain tips and techniques. So I want to share those few tips and techniques with you, but let me tell you, this video will not cover everything. Of course, it's a short video, so I'll cover the basic things which will give you a line of action, the path, how you should go for finding a job and what you should do to grab that dream job. So let us first of all understand what the organization or the hiring manager looks for in a candidate. So we'll try and understand the perspective of the organization first. And based on that understanding, then we will come to the understanding of what you as a job seeker can do to match to those requirements. Right? Okay. So what does an organization look for in a candidate in order to hire that person? What does an organization needs? So as far as my experience goes, it's mostly that the organizations look for the knowledge, skills, and certain behavioral aspects. So these are the three things that an organization would basically want to have in their candidates. So let us understand all these three aspects first of all. And along with these three aspects, I will try and share what you can do at your front to meet to those requirements. So let us start with the knowledge. So what do you think? How would the organization judge whether you have the required knowledge or not? They have certain tasks, right? They want you to do certain tasks. And for you to do that particular task, you need to have certain knowledge and certain skills, right? So an organization would judge whether you have the knowledge required or not, one, by looking at your qualification. Second, looking at your experience. Now, suppose you don't have the required qualification. So, what to do? So, if you don't have the qualification, you might think of pursuing that particular degree or something. And if you can't do that, then at least go and do certain certification. I have come across several people talking about that these certifications do not matter. These certifications, the certifications on Udemy and other organizations that give certain certifications, that doesn't help much in job search. But my experience in many instances, my certifications, although I had the required qualification, but still for certain specific kind of tasks, the organization always wanted to have a certified individual. So in those situations, mostly my resume would be selected. And it has happened with me that in specific kind of tasks, my resume gets selected because I keep working on my knowledge. I keep grabbing knowledge from wherever I can. I keep working on getting new and new certification, and I practice things. I work with various kinds of organization. So that is one thing which you can do to grab the knowledge. Now, let's say you don't agree with me. You say that, come on, I have heard people saying that certifications don't matter much. So my question is, if you are a hiring manager and if you want to check the knowledge, what will be the first step that you would look for? What will be your first that you would take to find out the right candidate? If you are the hiring manager, you will do some search, and those search would be based on certain keywords. So if you have the certification, then you can put those keywords, right? If you'll name your certification in your resume, then obviously your resume will come up in the search. So it is very important. Now, even in the interview, when you go with a certification, the interviewer knows that you have required qualification, required certification, so you would have certain level of knowledge. And since you already have that knowledge, whatever questions that come from that certification, I'm sure you'll be able to answer to those. There are certifications in the market which are 1 month, 2 months, 3 months to 6 months duration. So you can do that. And those are mostly part time. So whatever you are doing right now, along with that work, you can grab those certifications and this will help you in long run. So that is my suggestion to you. Keep studying, keep grabbing as much knowledge as you can. That is very important for you to get into the right job that you always want. Now let's come to the second point, which is the skill. So for skill, again, when an interviewer looks at the candidate or when the interviewer is searching for the resume, how would they search for the right person? They would try to find out whether the person has got that skill or not, right? Again, they would do the search through keyword search. Now, let's say you don't have the required experience. So you won't have the skill again, right? So, if you are a fresher and you are looking for a job, I recommend that go and do some voluntary work. So, try and find out internships, even if it is free, even if it is a paid internship also. I would recommend that you can invest certain amount on you and go and do some internships wherein you will be able to learn the right skills and you will also be able to put those skills in your resume and you will also be able to answer to the questions pertaining to that skill in the interview. So that was the second thing. Go and grab some experience. If you don't have, do some internship, do some voluntary work. So till now, I talked about two things. One was from the organization's perspective, what an organization looks for. They look for knowledge, skills, and certain behavioral aspects. And from your point of view, I mentioned two things that you can do. One is grab some certifications. Two, go and do some internship. Whether it is paid or free, go and do some internship. Third thing that you need to do is be active on LinkedIn if you are not. If you are a fresher or an experienced, if you are not active on LinkedIn, then you are not perceived as a professional these days. So be active on LinkedIn. Try and connect to seniors of your domain. Send them connection request. Write a good note, small note, asking for connection with them. And most of them agree and accept the connection request. And once you connect with them, try and meet them, try and ask for voluntary job from their organization. Again, that will add to your experience, whether it is paid or not. Try and gain such experiences if you don't have. Now, the fourth thing that you can do is connect with consulting companies or companies who provide mentors for your domain, who provide mentorship to professionals of your domain. Take some training from there, find mentor or coach of your domain and try to get some hands-on experience over there. There are certain organizations that provide practical training on certain skills, like there are organizations providing practical training in HR and many others. So try and find such institutions, connect with them and try and gain some experience from there. Now, these tips that I'm sharing, you'll find that these are little long term tips. These are not quick fixes. Frankly, I cannot share any tips that are magical, which will land you in a dream job with magic. That will not happen. These things will take time. You need to invest 3 months, 6 months, a year. You need to keep working on these things, in fact, to build a right career, to progress in your life. Now, let me share the fifth thing that you can do is join some groups, certain organizations, professional groups. Like for HR, there is NHRDN. We also run a group for trainers, PMT Club. So find some organizations, professional organizations, voluntary organizations, institutions of your domain. Join them, become their member, and attend their workshops, conferences, seminars that they keep doing. Now, these days, a lot of free webinars happen, conferences happen, which are free because it's all on a virtual platform. So try and attend those conferences, webinars, and seminars and all so that you gain certain knowledge related to your domain. Now, let us come to the sixth thing that you can do. The sixth thing is specifically related to people who have certain experience. For them, how to prepare for interview. I'll develop a separate video on how to prepare for interviews, but a quick tip is that if you have experience, try and practice answering questions related to your experience. Jot down all your experiences in a notebook. Sometimes we forget what experience we have gained in our career. So put everything in a notebook so that it remains handy in front of you, and when you go for an interview, you are able to recall the experiences that you have gained when a question is asked, and you are able to answer fluently. Now, the seventh and the last thing is that you need to have a good CV. Build a good CV. Again, all the things that I mentioned earlier would help in building a good CV for you. Apart from that, you can also take help of professionals who help in writing CVs. So get your CV written through professionals if you can't do that. So once you do all these, this is the groundwork that you have done for finding the right job. Then you need to keep preparing for interviews. You need to keep jotting down questions and answers related to your domain, and you need to be prepared all the time for interview. And you need to do a lot of work around how to clear an interview. There are lots of things that I can share around that also. Do let me know what exactly you would want to know around interview and other tips related to career. Share your comment in the comment box. And if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.